Telemundo is a Hispanic station, and they are network, and they have novellas. You know what novellas are? Yeah, okay, novellas are the sexy soap operas, right? And I'm trying to get them to cast a chief marketing officer as the love interest in a couple of the shows. And, true to life, it's like has girlfriends everywhere and everything. He's not buying it. They're not buying it. Okay, questions?
Keep trying. Questions?
Well, this would be great. Okay.
Thanks very much. Appreciate the entertainment as well as the insight. But, of course, we also learned a lot through mistakes and hindsight. And in terms of systematic things, that advice, lessons that you would impart, any things come to mind, like maybe, when you're cleaning house, clean faster, or, stuff like that?
Don't screw up, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
but knowing you will.
No, I mean, you're going to. I mean, you should. You should try to make mistakes as fast as possible. You should remember what those mistakes are, and you should have people around that remind you of what those mistakes were. But, I think what happens is, Jim Collins writes in his most recent book, hubris of success.
Right.
I mean, think about a company. I mean, we had the biggest market cap of any company in the world, more than all the automobile manufacturers in the world at one time. Mm-hmm. I mean, and we were right on the top. We had a product that had, 70, 80% product margins. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Lock on the world. But it's that hubris of success. And my advice is that you should always be a little paranoid.
Yeah,
and,
so
and if you're a little paranoid, you're looking out for things all the time. And I don't think we did I can't speak for what the fast leadership did, but I don't think they did enough of that stuff. And so I like a philosophy, and ours is FAST: focus, accountability, simplicity, trust. Focus: what is the things I need to do in my particular area? Accountability: what are my promises, my conditions of satisfaction? S stands for simplicity, to make things as easy as possible. Mm-hmm. And then T stands for trust, or what we call healthy debate. Argue about it. I like people that we take it on. And think about the change. I can tell you in the marketing department, by the way, I didn't change one person.
Oh, really?
There's not one. I have one new person who's about third level down that I brought on from somewhere else, who's a friend of mine and is a very good, talented individual. And I said, you come and help do this. But other than that, it was all the same people that we had before.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So it's about turning people loose. I saw somebody was waving over there.
Hello. Jeffrey, thank you for a very powerful presentation.
Thank you.
I'm wondering aloud what the role of your ad agency was through this whole process. And in particular, did you have one agency through this process or a number?
Okay. So when I started this endeavor, I pulled all the lists of the marketing people. Not just the people, but all of my partners. And I had over 3,500 marketing vendors. Way too many. So the first thing I did was said we're going to reduce the number of marketing vendors, and so I took everybody that we did business with under a certain dollar amount, and I took it and I knocked them off. And I sent a memo out and said, you can no longer do business with any of these people. By the way, that was about half of them. I didn't get one complaint. So that told me I should have made the line a little higher, okay? Because you should cause friction. You should cause tension. Tension's a good thing. And I now have about 150 after this process. But what we did was we formed a council. In fact, they're meeting off-site today. I believe in a very thin layer at the corporate level, more in the regions, and most of them in the SPGs or special product groups. And that's the way our marketing organization. In fact, if I could have nobody working for me, it'd be great. Now, it doesn't mean I don't oversee everything, because what I do is I put the governance together. I put the rules together. So if this business starts cutting out its advertising in order to balance its budget, I can say, no, you can't take $30 million out of it. He says, well, I'm running my own business. Well, no, you can't, because you're not spending the level I think you need to spend at that level. So either you spend it or I will spend it for you and tax you back. That's how corporate officers should be able to work. So inside of our council, I formed a B2B council, a B2C council, which rolls up into a marketing council. Under the marketing council, I also have an advertising council, which are all of my advertising partners and marketing partners, who all have a seat at the table. My advertising agencies also have desks inside of our operations, if they're smart. And they have people who carry badges, just like the rest of our employees, and they come to work with our people, and they sit in the staff meetings with all the other people. That's a partner, okay? And so that's the way we look at it, and if you don't want to make that kind of commitment to us, then I really don't want you around. We like you, but we'll miss you. So that's the way we look at it. Okay? Does that give you an idea? I mean, so really believe in them. They've been a part of it. The spots, the stuff you see that wouldn't be without it. But, you know, it's like a football team. I had all these agencies and I had all these people running back into the huddle yelling, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. I'm wide open. I am wide open. Throw me the ball. Well, of course you're freaking wide open. You're a tackle. You're a guard. You shouldn't look at the ball. You shouldn't touch the ball. I don't want you to even smell the ball. Okay? That's your job. And so what we had to do is teach each of the agencies and each of the groups and really get conditions of satisfaction around play your position. I don't need you coming over here and bad-mouthing this agency at the same time, trying to take business away from them. I'll decide whether then I think they're doing a good job based on conditions of satisfaction. You play your position and I'll decide because I'm the coach or I'm the quarterback, and I'm not saying me personally because I'm not in the middle of any of those discussions. I shouldn't be. I'm the chief marketing officer. I have you got a heart problem, go to a cardiologist, not a general practitioner. I got people who know exactly what they're doing and how they do it, and I got a great team. That's what I count on. And so when it comes to making you guys can come up to me afterwards and say, oh, hey, I want to do business with you. I want to do business with you. Great. I'm just going to hand it to Leslie, Tom, and Aaron, and everybody else because they're the ones that make the decision. What I do is I create the playing field for everybody to play on. And I make sure they have the money. I make sure they have the expertise. I make sure they have the drive, and I make sure I'm kicking them from behind to do better and better and better and better. Okay? That make sense? Sorry, I got on my soapbox, but I apologize. That it?
Craig Redmond, Concerta Marketing, your 151st partner.
Okay, great.
3 years ago, if Polaroid had asked you to be their CEO, would you have taken the job?
CEO or CMO?
Either.
It's a difference. It's a lot more zeros behind that number.
According to your bottom line theories, it doesn't really matter.
No, actually, the answer would be no. But the reason is I like to make things. I don't like to just put brand names on them and then go out and put a market and slap my name on everything that's out there. Okay? You can do that, but that's just a personal philosophy on my part. I like to. I mean, I got lucky, folks. I was running a public relations business with 3 people in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, when I got tapped for this job. I mean, the CEO must have been crazy. And I got to go work for one of the most iconic brands in the world and have a chance to help remake a company and do it with gusto and energy and have fun. And I couldn't have thought a better thing to do in my life than that. And so that's part of the reason I would. That's part of the reason I would do it. That's more of a financial deal. I don't care. You can do those every day. I don't care for those. I like building stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.